Okay, the stream has started. We're gonna watch the World 4-Player Chess. World 4-Player Speed Chess Championship. The time control here is 30 seconds with no increment. And I'm seeing lag again. Okay, it's a little better. Alright, first game's in the books. Caleb wins, Dark Square second, Rapturous Rhino third, Azient fourth. So good chances that Rapturous Rhino will play this whole arena. Which means we could see very large scores if he keeps up his previous performances. Though they might be the only 4 people here. Okay. Here's our next one. Red can take this. The blue now targeting the queen. Retreats it. Red is just up material. Yellow has given up his queen. Not sure when that happened or why. Wow, okay. Red has to sack his fake queen, but he gets a mate. Then he promotes another queen. Red slightly down on time, but has the most points. Gonna promote another pawn. This king is not very happy though. If I were red, I would go for king safety. Try to get his king over here. Blue has a pretty safe king. This is a mate threat. Blue gets in the way of the mate threat. And blue really saved red there. Red flags. And yellow wins. Yellow is Rapturous Rhino. Next game has started. Thanks to follow from Tom. Really appreciate it. So I am in a voice call with Luke. Luke is muted. I assume he knows he's muted. But he might come back someday and unmute himself and start commentating. We'll see. Guess we take this. Although, is yellow going to try to snipe a mate somehow? He could have sniped a mate earlier. Okay, red gets the mate. Yellow seems to be lining up on red. Red is up time, up points, and still has a reasonable amount of material. I'd say red is winning. Hey Metal Eagle, thanks for watching. How are you doing tonight? Red pushing P, going for queens. Green captures a bit of red material. Now trades a bunch off. Queen not captured for some reason. Yellow has 2 queens. Red only left with a fake queen and, or well, a 1-point queen and 2 pawns. There's that last remaining pawn. This is the only material red has. We'll see if he's able to grab any more material or do anything sneaky with it. Red is now behind on time. Green winning on time by a lot. And green could just trade off the queen there. Green was Rapturous Rhino. Rapturous Rhino is winning right now with 6.75. I'm going to close this, open it again. Now we have our new game. Doing great. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Metal Eagle. I've been covering these arenas all day today. And after the last, well, 2 arenas ago, a bunch of people joined a voice call, and we just hung out after the arena was over. And I've played some 4-player teams chess with Radon. We were just looking for a way to pass the time. And honestly, we were just farming noobs. And then we tried to jump in a queue, but Icy Stun, the 5-time world champion, jumped in our queue with a very strong partner. And we assumed we were going to get crushed, but we managed to sneak a lucky win. So that was pretty cool. I think that's the main exciting thing that's happened today. Okay, blue sneaks the red queen. Everyone's about even on points. Red doesn't have much material left. And red has, red has mated. I was going to say it's king safety problems, but checkmate is the ultimate king safety problem. Yellow about to flag. Yellow flags. Green is Caleb, so that's a win for green. Blue is Rapturous Rhino. We have our next game. Red targeting this if yellow ever comes in and does something useful. Oh, he's going to trade anyway, even without yellow doing anything useful. Yellow could have supported the bishop at least. So red traded everything with green. I don't think was a great idea, because now red doesn't have nearly as much to play for. Nor does green. So red and green are ahead on points, but blue and yellow far ahead on material. Blue and yellow likely to get checkmates later on, then gain back those points. Yellow is ahead on time. Green going against his opposite, which you don't normally see. Blue going against his opposite. Red and yellow really should have been taking advantage of that, but they weren't. Looks like everyone's going after green now. Now red goes after yellow. Everyone going after their opposites. Don't like this pawn push. Now this king is not well defended at all. Okay, red at least gets the queen out of that. Yellow gets the mate on green. Now blue is behind on points. Yellow is winning on time. If yellow can survive, then yellow for sure gonna win. You can flag the others. But we'll see. Blue moving very fast. Yellow threw in a few checks on red to burn his time. Red flags. Yellow flags. Blue won. Blue's Rapturous Rhino. Already at a score of 10, and we're 10 minutes into the arena. There are 120 minutes total in the arena. But if he keeps up that pace, like a point per minute, an arena point per minute, he would beat even his own record. Guess this is the plan. Okay. Not. Castle's out of danger. Green trades with red. Red now down a queen, but he promotes immediately. Red would like to undermine these defenses. Green keeping red busy. Oh, he snuck some pieces out of blue. And planted his bishop here for now. He wants to come in. This looks mate-ish. Mate him one. Got him. A lot of points, so that's 20 extra points for red. Green trying to checkmate. Red does not have many defenders left. If this happens, you might see like some sort of mate. Maybe this. Okay. Oh, yellow goes after green. Red's happy about that. Oh, red eats a yellow queen. Green flags. Red gets a queen. That's a mate on green. And red wins. Red is dark square man. So, looks like there's 6 players in the mix here, which means not enough for 2 games. So what's probably happened is the first 2 players eliminated join a game with players who aren't playing yet, and the winners have to sit out a game. Guys are looking at each other. He's gonna get a mate. Green is mated. Can he claim? No. You have a 1v1. Blue has more pawns. Blue also has more time. It's looking decent for blue. Red trying to hold on. These pawns. Blue's gonna try to pawn storm. And blue flags. Red was Rapturous Rhino. Don't have enough players. Yeah, well, I mean, at least they have 4 players, more than 4 players. So games are going on at all times, but not enough for 2 games at once. Who can cook play fastest? Yeah. That's important. So blue traded queens with green. Blue took more material from green. Yellow pushing P. They just let him promote. Blue isn't losing much time at all. Oh, blue snipes a mate. Can blue claim? He can. So blue's Caleb. We have a game going on right now. Oh, yellow's been eliminated already. 2 queens for red. Wonder who mated him. It would be nice if when I scrolled up it didn't immediately go down to the end. Looks like blue mated him. I guess I probably could have told that by the points. Blue with 40 points. Ooh, that hangs a queen. Needs a little bit more to checkmate. That hangs a rook. Whoa, that was the time where he should have tried to checkmate. So blue's able to claim. Blue is Carlos Gabriel. Oh, Congrats on the watch streak. Thanks for watching, Justin Davis. Red and yellow prevent each other from promoting. Green gets in there, takes a red pawn. Bunch of trades going on with the yellow. Everyone's about in the same ballpark on points. Blue a little bit ahead on time, but everyone's still in it. The red king is most vulnerable right now. Hiding behind some blue pawns for the moment. Which is funny because blue is moving this way, so he can't really attack red for now. If this queen ever moves away and blue's able to come in, then the pawns might be useful. I think he leaves these as blockers, no reason to take them. So snag the queen, yellow probably hoping blue would take, but blue is pre-moving. Yellow at 1 second. So yellow's about to flag, although he did promote a queen. He can maybe take some more material first. We have a 1v1, but blue has a lot more material. Easy win for blue. Red flags. Blue was Caleb. Still in the 4-player stage. Like blue and green are tag teaming yellow. Probably a check is going to come at some point. Oh, he wants to line up both queens for a mate. Green was also lining up for a mate. This is a check. That's mate. A 29-point mate, by the way. But blue losing a bit of material to red now. Let's check the times. Green is far behind on time. Others at 15 and green at less than 5. So it's danger territory for green. I think red and blue probably consider this a 1v1. If blue can somehow mate green, then he can claim. Or blue can claim if he mates anyone. Takes advantage of a pre-move, but then gives back the queen anyway. Green takes some material. Green, after all that time, still at 3 seconds. Green hangs a queen. That's going to leave a mark. Oh, that check stole some time from green. Blue is still crushing it on points. Oh, blue flags though. Now it's anyone's game. Okay, red takes it. Red is Rapturous Rhino. We have 7 players in the mix. Need 8 players to get 2 games going at once. Assuming they're all still playing. Hey, Kensen. Welcome, hope you're doing well. Okay, blue has been checkmated. We're at the 3-player stage. Green trades with red. Yellow still has all of his pieces and all of his pawns. Pushing P, looking for promotion. It's a girl. That's a mate threat. Oh, but green gets in the way. Still a mate threat. No, never mind. Night now covers. Looks like he'll go for another queen. Green and yellow trade with one another. Another queen for yellow. Red was clearing the way so we can have a promotion here. Oh, I would take the pawn, but okay. Brings the queen back to home. Uh-oh. I think yellow's gonna full send another pawn. So red far ahead on time, but not many pieces left. Red winning on points, not by a whole lot. New queen for red and yellow. Red going after green. Oh, yellow comes in after red. Red setting up mate threats. Why not take that? Take that. Take that. Okay, red gets the mate. Gonna move his king. Doesn't matter, he's up enough. So red wins. Anurag, Rapturous Rhino second. Check the standings. So Caleb and Rapturous Rhino tied for first with 18.75. Dark Square next, then Lazy Imp. Check out the next game. Let's just, I don't even qualify if I wanted to join. It is minimum of 1600, so 1600 plus Q. He started 1500. I haven't played any hyper games, so I don't meet the rating requirement. But Lost Chess was in the mix. I forget if, was that just for the 1-1, or have you played any of the 30-second? You saw earlier streams, Lost Chess got a few wins. Blue going harder for red. Taking a red pawn. Taking more red material. Green and yellow promote. Question is, are they going to go after red? Well, I guess blue is the beneficiary. He takes all that stuff. Yellow going after blue. Goes red. Blue pushing P. Green pushing P. Like blue's going for king safety. Loses his most advanced pawn. Yellow goes after green. Red wants to help him checkmate. Red here is mate. No, not quite mate. Is this. Oh, the rook moved away. Bad timing for red. Green really running out of material. Red a little bit low. Green may eat this pawn eventually. Red trying to queen, but blue blocked him. Could take that. Didn't want to, apparently. Green times out. Good news for red. He's not mated, and this dead piece might be a good blocker. Yellow gonna try to mate. Okay, he mates blue. So yellow was dark square man. So Lost Chess doesn't play hyper. Luke's still muted. Red mated by blue and green. Yellow has the least time. And also the least points. This king is fairly safe. It's a girl. Yellow promotes. He goes a little bit after green. Green trades with blue. Blue trades with green, and yellow takes some blue material. Could have taken this pawn while he had a chance. Ooh, whoa, okay. 8 from green. How many points does green have? Green can... Oh, he needs one more point. Now he can claim. So green was Rapturous Rhino. He needed just to get up on points on blue. He was already up enough on yellow. Justin Davis trying to lure people away from the hyper. Red traded a bit. Oh, that's mate. Oh, no, never mind. It's move order. Well, no, I read he could have. He just didn't move over in time. But somehow blue is surviving. At least for now. Guys are in tension. Made 2200 rapid by just playing Copycat? That's surprising. Right now this is an empty threat, but if these pieces move away, it could, whoa, that's not an empty threat. That would have been a real threat. But that's just a hung queen. Okay, green mates blue. So green very up on points on yellow, slightly up points on red. But red is going hard on green. So he wants to promote apparently. Oh, and green flags. Rapturous Rhino in first. And he has a score of 24.75 right now. Go to the next game. Still on the 4-player stage. Means, well, 2 queens are off the board. Red and yellow still have their queens. Yellow taking some green material. Maybe going for mate. This is a mate threat. Green is mated. Yellow way up on points. Getting a little bit down on material. Yellow way down on time. Yellow promotes. That's another queen. And he undermines red's structure. Red is pushing P, going for promotion. Even the queen has a shield for now. Yellow is going to get mated real soon. Oh, blue gets the mate. And these guys need to trade more material before they can get mate. Okay, so yellow wins. Even though he was eliminated first, he had too many points. Here we see a 4-player stage. Okay, there's a bug where it's not showing me the moves. Try clicking this button to go to the end. seeing the moves again now. Green mates yellow. Now red's going after green, then after blue. Hour and a half left in this arena. Honestly, I'm pretty tired, so probably going to sleep right after this arena's over. So red claims, red is Dark Square Man. Blue taking free material instead of trading queens. I don't think taking the bishop did anything. No one that could help out at the present. But blue trades queens with red. I think I'm going to get a drink of water after this game, so I'll be right back after I get the next game going. Maybe taking this pawn would have been a good idea so the bishop could support. But blue is being a thorn in yellow's side. That's mate. This bishop guarded a few squares. Red at 54 points. A huge lead on points. It's also doing okay on time. Yellow behind on time. Yellow trying not to flag. And he shed a lot of material. Flags anyway. Easy blue win. All he needs to do is mate red. Not sure what he's doing. It's really easy to ladder mate. He's trying to promote all the pawns first. But his opponent has flagged during that time. Alright, I'm going to be right back as soon as I get rid of this. Sorry about this. Okay, I'm back. Oh, Justin Davis clarifying he didn't get banned because of the copycat. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be allowed. Seems fine. Okay, Caleb wins this one. Raptors Rhino is winning the arena so far with 127.75, which means he is on track to break 100 again if he can keep up this pace. Oh, whoops. What am I trying to do? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. Hey, Victor Soar. Victor Soar, you missed an epic game 2 streams ago. So I'm going to tell this story again. Following an arena that we were watching, a whole bunch of people were in a voice call. So it was me, Luke, Radon, Cha Cha, and Jonas. And so I decided to keep streaming even after the arena was over. And then eventually a few people left. Cha Cha and Jonas had to go to sleep because they're Europeans, and it got pretty late. And I was watching Luke and Radon playing random games in the pool where we were chatting. And eventually, Luke suggested that instead of Radon playing teams with random partners, that he teamed with me. So I teamed up with Radon, and we were just farming noobs. But eventually, we got into a queue against Icy Stun and Malbury Soap, who are, of course, like insanely good at teams. But Radon and I won the game, so we got a really lucky win, in my opinion. But Radon was playing like insanely good, so he hard carried me. So I think that's my first win that I've gotten against Icy Stun. Rapturous Rhino wins this one. Now he's at 30. Another game has started. Epic discussion that resolved nothing. Yeah, I wouldn't say our discussion resolved anything, but I think we all see where each other is coming from, so that's a little bit important. Oh, you've never beaten Icy Stun? Yeah, Icy Stun has beaten me a bunch of times, I'm sure. It all kind of blends together, honestly. And I haven't played very much 4-player chess recently, so I'm very rusty. Oh, you beat just about everybody but him. Yeah. Radon is the real deal. Yeah. And Radon kept saying everyone should follow his stream and follow his DJ Instagram so that you can learn how to beat Icy Stun. So Blue is running out of material. Blue has the most time here with 19 seconds, while the others are around 10 seconds or under. And everyone's fairly even on points. Green's slightly ahead. Red and green are running out of material. Is anyone going to make green? Apparently not. Oh, it looks like yellow's about to get mated. That's a win for Caleb. Oh, by the way, Rapturous Rhino has been entering these arenas, and he's been doing really good. Like, last night he had an arena score of 106, which is the top arena score so far in 30 seconds. But he's lost a ton of points in the process. So I think they said he went down from like 3,100 to 2,600, which is a loss of 600 points. Yeah, Karma's Your Friend says focus on the time as well. Yeah, for sure they should be focused on the time. And that means two things. Number one, they should be ganging up on the one who has the most time. But number two, often that means you can ignore a player who's about to flag and focus as if it's a 1v1 on the player not about to flag. That said, we've pointed out multiple times that Rapturous Rhino does things a little bit differently. As for example, when we see Chessmaster GS playing these types of games, Chessmaster GS will be up on the clock from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Like he'll be up like 10 seconds on the rest of the players at the end of the game when he's in queues. But Rapturous Rhino is different. Rapturous Rhino will often be down on the clock, so he might be down by a 2-to-1 margin. Like he'll have like 5 seconds when the other players all have 10 seconds. And then he'll make up the time at the very end and win on time. So because of that, it's not necessarily true that it's a good idea to use Rapturous Rhino just won this game. It's not necessarily true that you can count on the player with the least time as being the one that flags, or count on the player with the most time as being the one that's gonna win on time. It kind of depends a little who the player is too, which they don't know, of course, because it's anonymous. Hey, Marlon Miller. Yeah, so we do have a command with more details about the event here. This is arena number 36 of 39. So after this, there are 3 arenas left. Theoretically, there's still time to qualify, but it's going to be very hard. So the setup of this event, first of all, there are 2 different time controls. Well, let me back up. First of all, there's a bunch of arenas. You add up your best 2 arena scores from each of the 2 time controls. There are 2 different time controls. So there's 40 different arenas. There were 20 with one time control and 19 with another time control. Our 2 time controls are 1 minute with a 1 second increment and 30 seconds with no increment at all. This is the Speed Chess Championship. It's all about speed. They were held on alternating weekends. So it was a weekend of 1-1, then a weekend of 30-second 0, then a weekend of 1-1, and this is our last weekend. This last weekend is 30-second with no increment. So this is arena number 36. After this, we're going to have 37, 38, and 39. In order to qualify to play in this event, you need to have a rating in the particular category of at least 1600. Your default rating when you start off is 1500. So to qualify, you really only need to win a game or 2. But you're unlikely to win your first few games. So, I mean, basically you need to be like a winning player in order to play this. No, this isn't the championship. These are qualifiers for the championship, which I think I say in the title. Let me double check. It says arena number 36. Yeah, maybe I should say arena qualifier number 36, but that would be like a longer title. So the top 4 players from each of the 2 time controls progress to the semifinals. And then the top 2 from 30 seconds play the bottom 2 from 1-1. And the top 2 from 1-1 play the bottom 2 from 30 seconds in the semifinals. The semifinals are basically a 4-player match where they keep rematching, and it's an hour at each time control. And then the top 2 from the semifinals in each progress to the finals. And again, I think it's an hour or maybe more. I think it's an hour in each time control, and top score wins. Yeah, Malamilla, there's definitely a learning curve, but it's a lot of fun. Probably not best to learn at the hyper time control, which is what this is now. But My recommendation would be to check out some 4PC streamers. So I'm going to shout out a few that you should check out. So 4Player Chess. He plays all types of 4Player chess, but he mostly focuses on the teams variation. It's a win for Caleb. There. See the stand-ins. Rapturous Rhino is winning. He's the person who's gotten the top score in previous arenas at 106, and he's on track to get another 106. So we're going to watch our next game here. Chow Chow Chess is very good at 4Player chess. He mostly plays FFA. He was, I think, the first player to get higher than a 3,000 rating in FFA. He's mostly switched to chess streaming. So he streams pretty often, more often than anyone else I'm going to mention. But if you check his streams, I'd say 75% of his streams are chess, and 25% is 4Player chess. He's quite good at puzzles too. He played in the Puzzle World Championship because he qualified for that. He's gotten scores of like 45 to 50 in 3-minute Puzzle Rush. And then we have Grathy Ben. Oh, whoops. I forgot to shout out. Shout out Grathy Ben. Grathy Ben. So there's 5 different 4-player championships at different varieties of the game and time control. So there's teams, there's self-partner, which is teams where you're your own teammate. There's FFA and solo. I think there was solo and then there's speed or something like that. So this is the speed. Grathy Ben won 2 of the 4-player championships in the past year. He didn't qualify for this one though. So Dark Square won this game. So Grathy Ben doesn't stream that often, but when he does, you can learn a lot from his learning process, or from like his teaching process when he explains his moves. And then we have Jonas Wrath. So Jonas streams a mix of 4-player chess and other variants. So mostly 4-player chess, and he likes FFA better. So he mostly streams FFA or free for all, which is what this is. Although this is a very fast time control, he prefers slower time controls. And finally, we have Radon 4PC. And even though he has 4PC in his username, Radon has largely retired. He's focusing on other things like DJing and his job recently. But I've learned a lot from watching all of them. I'd recommend all those streamers. Those are the most active streamers. So about 4-player chess itself, I'll put the rules of FFA in the chat in case you're not aware of what's going on. So it's every man for himself. They take turns clockwise. You get points for capturing pieces. And it's 1 point for a pawn, 3 points for a knight. So it's normal piece values, except that it's 5 points for a bishop, because bishops can go pretty far across the board here. 5 points for a rook, 9 points for a queen, and 20 points if you capture a king or checkmate a king. So you're trying to accumulate these points, and as players are checkmated, there are less and less players left in the game. When there's only one player left, then you look at all the points the players have accumulated, and you figure out first, second, third, fourth based on that. So just because you're the last player remaining doesn't mean you win the game, because it could be that another player has 1 more points before that. We're going to see a ladder mate here, I assume. Okay, he's going to mate yellow, I guess, since yellow is the live king and this is a dead king. So Caleb won this game. So some basic strategy for 4-player chess. The strategy changes a little bit based on the ratings of your opponents. At the high levels, people often I guess explicitly is the wrong word, but overtly work with their opposites. Their opposites meaning the player across from them, and will play as if it were teams. And teams is another variety you can play. You can play teams, which is yellow and red work together, and they are trying to checkmate one of the blue or green kings. And blue and green work together, and they're trying to checkmate one of the red or yellow queens. And in the teams variety, there's no points. So instead of points, you're just trying to checkmate a king. So anyway, in FFA at the high levels, at the 4-player stage, when there's 4 players left, opposites often work together as if it were teams. And like they'll be able to take each other's queens and they won't do it. They'll be able to checkmate each other, they won't do it. They will sack a piece so that their opposite can take a piece. They'll try to do trades that are good for the team, basically. That's how it's played at the high level. At the lower levels, they don't know to work as a team, so they don't. But it's definitely advantageous to work as a team, because it's harder to attack the player across from you. It's easier to attack the players to your left and your right. So yeah, Mahamil, you're not allowed to explicitly work together. Like, you can't say in the chat, like, hey, let's attack blue. Or yo, bro, stop attacking me. Look how many points yellow has. Attack him. Like, you're not allowed to coordinate like that. And you're not allowed to be in a Discord call and say, like, hey, let's all attack this guy. But people are allowed, without talking about it, to team up, which is what often happens informally. Opposites team up together. You're not required to, but it just often happens. Okay, so in 4-player chess, checks are important, and threatening a piece is important. To say I'm red here, if blue were to check my king, like a check from the player on the left, then yellow and green both have a free move against me, red, where I can't do anything because I have to get out a check. So, for example, green could like grab a free pawn or a free rook or a free queen. So you have to be very worried about checks from the left. Also, if you have 2 players teaming against you, which is usually the players to your sides, like, they get 2 moves for every 1 move you make. So if you're not teaming with your opposite, and the players adjacent to you are teaming with each other against you, it can be very difficult. So it's a huge advantage to team up, and a huge disadvantage not to team up. At the lower levels, one thing you want to keep in mind is whenever you trade a piece, so suppose I'm red and I trade a piece with green, that gets me points and it gets green points. But from the perspective of me versus blue and me versus yellow, I'm now down a piece versus both of them. So trades can leave you with less pieces to deal with others, and it's often better to have pieces than have points, because you can use the piece advantage later to get checkmates where you get 20 points from the others. That's some like really basic strategy. Oh, and I guess the corollary of the stuff, that the fact that you want to be worried about checks from your left because the other players can exploit it, is that keeping your king safe is very important. So often you want to, pawn structure is important. Like if I'm red, I want to have a wall of pawns like here, so my king can be like down here, and it's harder to check me. The end game here, you see the kings have no cover, and these kings just get checked a lot, so it can be rough. That's especially true at faster time controls like this one. But faster time controls, like a check, not only allows other players to exploit it and attack you, but more importantly, it can burn seconds. So you might lose like 2 seconds realizing there's a check, and it cancels your pre-move and you have to deal with it. So hope that answers questions about basic strategy. Look, these guys are teaming up against red, and we'll see if yellow does anything to help, or yellow might even try to mate red. He's not working together. What yellow really should be doing is trying to find ways to go after one of these guys. but yellow didn't do that at all. So yellow didn't exploit the fact that these guys were busy, and he didn't get them off of his get them away from his partner. Yellow did a really poor job. So if I were red, I would be annoyed at yellow. And often when other players are teaming and your partner is not, or when your opposite is not teaming, you get pretty annoyed at them. Oh, that was a nice mate. Master GS wins this one. All right, Caleb right now is winning the arena with 38. Raptors Rhino second with 37. We'll wait for another game to start. Yeah, Victor agrees. Yellow lost for both of them. So active queens, if you are teaming up with your opposite, active queens are very important. Like see, yellow got his queen out early. When you get your queen out early, you can attack like a lot more. So he probably wants red to like get the queen to the center of the board, or at least attacking to help him out. It looks like a free knight. He sees it. It's a free pawn. You might want that pawn as a blocker though. You might not want to take it. That's a free pawn. But blue comes back to home base. So generally, red wouldn't take the yellow queen because they would be working together. But if your opposite is totally useless and does not seem to be helping you, oh, that's a mate. Sometimes if your opposite is useless and doesn't seem to be helping you, you'll start attacking your opposite. Maha Miller's been playing Bughouse recently with Chewy. Yeah, Bughouse is a lot of fun. That's the main thing I stream. And Chewy's a great partner. Chewy's been competing in the Bughouse World Championship with Marvel and DC for Life. And they recently won a match versus Plotkin and Blitzbullet, where I think Plotkin and Blitzbullet many considered to be the favorites. Because they've won more things in the past. For example, Blitzbullet recently won the Crazy House World Championship. Plotkin has been in like Plotkin or Blitzbullet, one or the other, sometimes both. They've been in the top 2 teams the last like 4 years in the Bughouse World Championship. So this is, I think, the first year that neither of them will be in the finals. But Chewy and Marvel beat them. Dark Square won this one. In what a lot of people probably consider to be an upset, the score was 15-14 at the end. And it could have gone the other way pretty easily. But I think that result actually makes a lot of sense because Chewy and Marvel have been playing a ton more Bughouse than Plotkin has. And Blitzbullet's been playing a fair amount of Bughouse, but still not nearly as much as Chewy and Marvel. I think Chewy and Marvel were just in better practice. I don't know why Nightbot does all of those in a row like that. I'm going to have to check into my timers. Maybe I should do that right now, actually. It's really weird. Like, I recently modified my timers, but they're supposed to be like every hour or so. They're not supposed to repeat. Yes, interval is supposed to be every 15 minutes. Or no, I'm sorry, every 53 minutes and every 59 minutes. So what is going on? That's really weird. I don't know. It seems to be set up properly, but something's clearly wrong. Okay, mate gets blue gets a mate on red. And that's 1v1. Blue can claim now. Since he sniped that Rook, he was 20 points up. And what claim means is, claim is the same as resigning. When you resign, you give 20 points to your opponent, as if he checkmated your king. But if you're more than 20 points up, you can claim. So Chessmaster GS wins that one. Maha Miller currently in 900 raid-in range. Yeah, that's fine. Everyone starts somewhere. If you want to partner sometime, let me know. I partner anyone, any raid-in, any skill level. As long as we can be on a voice call so we can communicate with one another. And I stream generally on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. I'm always looking for a partner, which is far preferable to the random pool. So green snags first the red queen, then the mate. That's 29 points. 20 points for the king. 9 points for the king. 9 points for the queen. Chessmaster GS is bragging in the chat that he attacks his opposite so that they don't pass him in stand-ins. So again, most of these players will work with their opposite, but that's not required. And GS has explicitly said and shown that he doesn't want to work with his opposite. I think he should have taken this, by the way. It was check, and he could have saved this other queen. But green loses 2 queens. Oh, he loses 1 queen, then trades another. Yellow gets another 1-point queen. Green is way up on time. Green has a lot more time than yellow. But yellow mates green and then claims. Okay. So he was able to claim because he was more than 20 points up on the remaining player. So that's Dark Square Man. There isn't a new game yet. Now we have a new one. Yeah, Mala Miller. Bughouse and voice calls definitely far superior. If I could only play Bughouse and voice calls, I would do that. But I have like scheduled stream times when I'm on Chess TV. And if I can't get a manual partner, then I have to just partner someone else. I have to partner the random pool. So, okay, that's a mate. And because yellow attacked green, red got to grab the material too. That just hangs a queen. So red hanging a lot. Should be a pretty easy yellow win. Yellow with 2 queens and a rook. Yeah, red doesn't seem very good at chess. Okay. Yellow is dark square. Mama Miller, it's all relative. Trust me, no matter what your rating is, I'm sure you are better than like people who don't play chess at all regularly. So maybe he wants to line up here, and he does, but green anticipates that and defends. Oh wow, he got a mate. He was covering this diagonal, and then he got a queen here. That was 20 points for red. Red loses a bunch of material to blue and yellow. Yellow is winning on points. Blue is far behind on points. Red winning on time. He retreats. Now he can take the rook. That's mate. Unless yellow gets in the way. Oh, he does get in the way. Okay. Okay. Easy win for red. He just needs to eat up all these pawns. He can sack because he can easily promote. So red is Caleb. GS getting a bunch of 3rd and 4th place finishes. Yeah, I think Victor Sor is kind of correct. I mean, I don't think you. I think it's important to get to a certain level in chess. It doesn't need to be a super high level, but you want to get to the point where you don't hang pieces, basically. And once you're at that point, variants are fine. But if you're still like hanging pieces left and right, then maybe you should work on your chess a little more. That's a free piece. But yeah, I mean, if you do like Puzzle Rush, Puzzle Battle, and you enjoy puzzles, then you can learn tactics through that. I mean, the thing is, like, Bughouse is a lot more fun than. Oh, that's weird that they went this way at the same time. Bughouse is a lot more fun than normal chess. A lot more fun than learning openings and so forth. So I can see why people would want to play Bughouse instead of chess, even if they're not very accomplished at that. Whoa, okay. Blue probably thought he was going to take the queen, but he made it blue instead. All right. So that was a win for Dark Square. And GS finished 4th. Again, GS, unlike the meta, has decided to attack his opposite basically every game. So because of that, GS is going to get a lot of 4th place finishes. I think it's a bad idea, but he's decided it makes the game faster so he can get more games in. I don't think you need to be 1500 at regular chess. I think you need to just be able to play a regular chess game and notice threats. So notice when you are hanging pieces. Notice when there are free pieces. And for chess, I always recommend people to play at a time control that's slow enough that you're not going to blunder very much. So that time control will get faster and faster as people get more experienced. But when people start off, they should probably be playing longer games. Then as they play more and see things faster, they can transition to blitz games. And as they see things even faster, they can transition to bullet games. Yeah, Victor Sor, it might not be the same between 4PC and Bughouse. You're right about that. I know at Bughouse I get frustrated when I have a partner who hangs a whole bunch of pieces. And I'm sure, and it's the same in 4PC, you'd be annoyed if your teammate or your opposite in free-for-all hangs a bunch of pieces. Yeah, positional awareness is a big thing in 4PC. I think positional awareness in 4PC is a little bit different than positional awareness in chess, though, and it can come with practice. So I don't think you need to start off with that sort of positional awareness. Okay, the bug happened. Chessmaster GS wins that one. So Caleb with 48, Dark Square 45, Rapturous Rhino with 37. I haven't seen Rapturous Rhino recently. Maybe he stopped playing. Victor Shore said, I have an instinct when an attack is dubious and what the sharpest defense is. Hard in 4PC without 2PC background. Yeah, that's true to a certain extent. If you play teams, though, one of the cool things about 4PC teams is that you can draw arrows that your teammate can see. So when you're at a lower level, you can just follow the arrows that your partner shows you, and you can learn in the process. So I mean, that's one way of going about it. Lost Chess says doesn't have a 2PC background and still doesn't. Okay, Dark Square won that one. Let me check. Raptus Rhino played 19 games. These other players have played, like Caleb and Dark Square has played 30 games. GS, it says, has only played 6 games. I thought we've seen him in more than that. I think Caleb and Dark Square have been playing the whole arena. Some other people have been in and out. Victor Shore, I'm sure that's true. Victor Shore says 4PC players without a 2PC background much more likely to make dubious attacks and miss key defenses. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. And what I found in both 4-player chess and in Bughouse and in many other variants is that very strong 2PC players, like title players like GMs and IMs and FMs, can pick up the game much more quickly than others. That doesn't mean that they instantly know all the metas in 4-player chess or Bughouse, and they don't instantly have tactical awareness. But like the learning curve is, it's just much easier for them. So it might take someone who's like a GM or an IM or an FM, it might take them like a month to climb up from like 1200 Bughouse to 2000 Bughouse, whereas it might take someone with a much lower chess rating, more like a year to do that. Because a lot of these skills are transferable. Maxwell says when he started 4PC at 900 Blitz and 2PC, he improved quite quickly. And so he's not sure how high the correlation really is. And then also gained 600 plus 2PC rating within the next year. Yeah, I think that correlates with my point, Max Wolf, which is that 2PC can help you in 4PC, and 2PC can help you in Bughouse. But the reverse is also true. That as you get better at Bughouse, you're going to get better at 2PC. And as you get better at 4-player chess, you're going to get better at 2-player chess. And if Bughouse or 4-player chess are more fun for you than 2-player chess, then you're going to play more games of them than you otherwise would at 2-player chess. So playing more games is going to help you improve faster. So I think just kind of play what you enjoy. And you may have teammates or partners or opposites who are annoyed at you because you miss things and you blunder, but that's okay. It's part of the process. Yeah, Victor Shore says knowing 2PC tactics allows you to appreciate the depth of 4-player chess tactics. Yeah, I agree with that. I found in Bughouse that a lot of the Bughouse tactics are very similar to, oh, that's mate. Oh, he moved the bishop away. Okay, not mate anymore. So now he's going for this one. Hard to defend. Impossible to defend, maybe. Oh, okay, that's a good defense, actually. Gonna get the queen in here, I guess. He didn't want to take that, that's weird. Is he gonna help mate green? Okay. Yellow times out, or sorry, red times out. Dark square wins this one. So Caleb says 9 out of 10, you don't play it for any reason other than to annoy everyone. I don't know who he's talking to there. I would presume GS, but GS wasn't in that game, so I don't know. DYS says it's mainly board vision for you. Yeah, well, what I was saying is, there are a lot of tactics in Bughouse that crop up in chess, but the frequency is very different. So, for example, smother mates are very frequent in Bughouse, but happen super rarely in chess. So, and I found that in a lot of variants that often the tactics are shared, but the frequency is very different. Like, for example, a counterexample is like Bughouse has very little end games, and Crazy House very little end games, but more tactics. Oh, Max Wolf got to 3,000 puzzle rating. Nice. So blue is flagged. Blue has the most points, but of course others are going to pass him. Red has the most time, but not by a lot. Red does have 2 queens, and he can use those queens to... Okay, I guess to checkmate. I was going to say to win material and time, but checkmate works too. Okay, red is Caleb. Caleb is at 55 right now. About 40 minutes left in the arena. Dark square also at 55. I don't think these players are going to break 90, which is kind of the cutoff for where they need to be to have like a top 4 score. But they're getting practice in, so that's good. Good morning, Ali. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, for me it's night, but when you say morning, I assume you're in Europe. So blue and green trying to promote. Then they take each other. Yellow pushing P. Promotes right past the center line. And by the way, it has this little 1 in it because this is a 1-point queen. When this particular queen is captured, it gives 1 point and not 9 points. The original queen gives 9 points when it's captured. Yellow with 2 queens. He wants to prevent others from promoting. Oh, he just wants to mate, looks like. Can yellow claim? Not yet. Okay, but he can mate. That works. Yellow is Caleb. Green was Chessmaster GS. Another game started here. By the way, guys, I am in a call with Luke, but Luke muted his mic several hours ago and has not talked in a long time. So he could all of a sudden unmute his mic and start talking. Never know. So this now defends the rook. Oh, mates yellow. Nice. And then he claims. It was shadow as red. J crossover was green. The fact that we're this far into a game probably means there's maybe 6 active players in this arena right now. So we don't have enough to have 2 games at once, but what happens is as players are eliminated, they start a game with players that were waiting in the queue. And the players that win a game need to then wait for a later queue. Alright, they're both pushing P now. Both get queens. And red able to take all the pawns. Red is Caleb, he wins. Inside Luke's apartment. Nope. I did get to meet Luke though. I attended TwitchCon this year 2023 in Las Vegas. Luke was there too. That was my first time meeting him. It's good to hang out with him. Yellow eating up green. Could you have taken that? I guess that wasn't quite made. There's this escape square. This could lead to mate. I guess no, that would have been mate. Caleb says, I don't think this one matters. I think he's talking about the arena. Yeah, I agree. I don't think this arena matters because I don't think anyone is going to get like a high score from this. Oh my god. So that's what's going on. Chessmaster GS has said in the chat that all he's trying to do is prevent people from getting higher scores. So Chessmaster GS is not trying to raise his score. He's trying to prevent Caleb and others from raising their scores. He says, that's why I'm griefing the games. Okay. Looks like blue has taken the green queen. Actually, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna back up. Yeah, blue is going against his opposite. I think we can say, without a doubt, that blue is Chessmaster GS. Because there isn't really anyone else who would do that. Blue gets mated. No one's going to lose any sleep over that one. So blue at 27 points. So GS's theory, again, with that, is he doesn't want to work with his opposite. His goal is to trade as much material as possible so that the games end quicker. And if mating his opposite makes the games end quicker, then he's all for that. As the quicker games end, the quicker he can get a new game. So he's content to get like a bunch of second places if it lets him get more games in. And Dark Square Man wins. Oh, actually, green was GS. Blue was Ali Bird. Interesting. So it wasn't GS who attacked his opposite. Hold on, did he attack his opposite earlier than that? I kind of wonder. Let me see this game from the beginning. Did green go after blue? No. Blue went for first blood. Maybe he did that just because green was just pushing a pawn early on, which is usually what a noob does. So he assumes his opposite was a noob. I don't know. It's really odd to attack your opposite like that. Probably tilted. Could be. So blue and green definitely winning this battle here. Oh, I thought he was going to go for this earlier, but... Oh, he just moves the bishop away and hangs his opposite's queen. Blue is a jerk. Blue going after his opposite. We have a 1v1. Yellow can claim next move. Or no, I'm sorry. He can't claim because there's still dead king over there. So he needs 40 points up to claim instead of 20. Because of this king. Blue's going to try to mate the king. He wants the king to go here so he can just, like, snipe him. Take that. Blue is J crossover. Okay. The flaws of an arena system are just furthered by a series qualification system. So says GYS. I don't know. I think I like the arena qualifiers. I think it's a good way of going about it. Gives people something to play for. I don't think you should just qualify based on leaderboard. Like that they have to play into it like this. And I like that there are no streaks. That it's an arena that's just based on your number of wins in second places and third places, not as the number of streaks you get. So GS wins with 69. Luke has an emote for that, by the way. You can put in the chat. He's from Variance. Okay. No, I understand the method besides your madness, behind your madness, GYS. I think it's a legit tournament strategy, but for sure it annoys people. Jeremy was mass reported because he stalled in 10 minutes. This was in an arena, or what happened? Okay, red is flagged. Red has the most points, but of course people are going to pass him. Blue only has one pawn left, and that pawn has no future. It's blocked by yellow. Although, honestly, if they leave the pawn, then and they all like time out, then he could still get like the full 20 points for wins. Because I mean, technically, he has a possibility of checkmating. He is down to 11 seconds, so the others are catching up for sure. It's looking pretty good for green. Green at 7 seconds. Oh, well, now that that queen fell, looking not as good for green. Yellow should try to take the green pawns. Oh, here comes blue. Blue's back in it. And blue's shadow. Blue wins this one. So we have a little under 30 minutes left in the arena. Solo championships, I see. That's weird, a game was cancelled. Queens of all, well, a few queens are traded off. Red and blue still have their queens. Looks like green is pushing P. I think he should develop more of these pieces first, get his king safer. No one has a really safe king. The blue king is pretty exposed, as we can see. Yellow king could walk over here and get like a good pawn structure, but he hasn't yet. Now he can never get a good pawn structure. Okay, red snipes a mate on blue. Green could get his king over here, but he's just leaving his king in the middle for now. None of these guys seem to be prioritizing king safety, which means they're all vulnerable to checks. Green times out. Red has a lot more time than yellow, and mates yellow. So, red with Caleb. Blue pushing P, supported by the queen. Red pushing P. These guys are ready to promote, especially when each other are distracted. Yellow's going after green. Yellow doesn't seem very safe. If I were him, I would push this pawn, V-intro to the bishop, get the king over. These kings are still quite vulnerable. Alright, finally green is prioritizing king safety. Although this was a check. So yellow jettisoned his bishop. By the way, I guess that's another tip if Maha Miller's still in chat about 4-player chess is this is an insight from Grathiban and Cha Cha Chess and a bunch of other high-rated FFA players is respect the bishops. That bishops are far better than knights, and in the middle game, better than rooks. In the end game, rooks are superior, of course, because in the end game, rooks can get to more squares. But in the middle game, rooks are often, they have a tough time getting in front of the pawns. lifting out, so bishops are just superior. And a bishop can be a very good defender, especially if you shadowed bishop that's like right near your king. So what a lot of those players recommend, particularly Grathy Ben, okay, queen takes his mate. Okay, that's mate too. Doesn't give a queen, so better mate. What a lot of high-rated players recommend is don't trade your bishops. Even if you trade off other pieces, you keep your bishops, particularly your good bishop, which is the one that can be tucked near your king. Hey, still oh, yeah, no problem. Always happy to support streamers. Honestly, I collect founders badges too. So I try to get those first in while I can. Respect the king's bishop. Well, it depends which side you castle, whether it's the king's bishop or the other bishop. Chess is stressful when it's timed. Yeah, I mean, I was telling people earlier who asked for suggestions of how to improve that you should only play at a time control you're comfortable with. Even if you see everyone else playing super fast, you should only play as fast as you can play without making blunders. So for a lot of players, that might be like 10 or 15 minute games to start off with, or even longer, maybe even 30-minute games. But the more you play, the faster you'll be able to see things, whether that be threats on you or threats on your opponent. And because of that, you'll be able to move faster and faster and faster and play faster games. But it doesn't happen overnight, so don't feel pressured into playing at the speed everyone else is playing. Joined the chess club in middle school, added timers, and he left. Okay. Yeah, timers are definitely stressful for a lot of people. You're not alone on that. This would be super stressful if I were playing, but I'm just watching and commentating. This is too fast for me, definitely. I mean, I've played Bullet on occasion, but never... This is Hyper Bullet. Bullet would be like a 1-minute time control at 2-player chess, and this is faster than that. Okay, so red has run out of pieces, and green checkmates him. That's a win for Caleb. Check the standings. Caleb, right now I'm first with a little over 76. We have 20 minutes left. He could get to 90, so it's possible for him to pass his lowest score. I don't think the others have any chance of getting that, and I think that's why Rasmus Rhinos left already. I have an antique chessboard. Oh, nice. What kind of chess? Is it wooden or is it ivory or what's it made out of? I've seen a lot of fancy chessboards, but I just go for plastic tournament boards because they can withstand a lot of abuse. Abuse meaning playing fast. So blue is eliminated. If we check the point count, red is winning on points, but behind in material, especially now that he lost that queen. Probably going to get mated pretty soon. I think yellow's going to come in here. Oh, he's got to save this queen first. Maybe he goes here or something like that. Okay, that's reasonable. If pawn goes up, this is actually a mate. So I think this is a... I mean, still a pawn goes up. Okay. Yellow just claims because he was 20 points up. That's a win for dark square. Gonna keep checking back till there's a game. Here's a game. Hey, man, quick. match quick with a flag emote. Yeah, I have a clock emote as well. Yours is a really nice clock. I don't think mine is fancy. Where's my clock emote? Did I get rid of my clock emote? Or do I still have it? I might have gotten rid of it. Oh no, I still have it. This is my clock emote. Yours looks fancier than mine though. Still flexing emotes in the chat as well. Oh, Madquick. Oh, you did good in poker tournament. Awesome. 7-way shot for $3,000. Is LFGG, is that let's effing go, or does it stand for something else? BHB Jurger, is that a brand of clock? I'm not sure. Oh, these are all emotes that you have. Nice. So Chessmaster GS wins this one. Already have another game going. So I try to give commentary on these games, but this time control is just too fast for me to say very much that's useful. So it's mainly a watch party at this time control. When they're playing like with increment, I can point out moves more. Yeah, what's the second G though? Let's effing go. And then is there a second go? Let's effing go, or what? I have to be an auction announcer for this type of speed. Yeah. Too fast for me. But this is a very unusual event and very unusual time control. Usually this game is played with increment and much slower. But this is the Speed Chess Championship. These are the Speed Demons. So these checks are designed to burn some clock. This king is very vulnerable though. Oh, very, very vulnerable. Oh, this might come. I'll just take the queen, I guess. Like, I don't know what this knight is. If it has some plans and aspirations. Oh, that's a free rook. Oh, yellow just wants to mate. Mates and then claims, as he was more than 20 points up on green. So by resigning, he gives green 20 points for his king, and he still wins. That was dark square. We have 15 minutes left in the arena. Caleb needs 10 more points to get to 90, which is kind of the threshold of the high watermark where he was before. His top 2 arena scores are counted, so he wants to exceed that. I don't know why yellow hung that. A little odd. But red is in good shape. Yellow, maybe not so much. They seem to be going hard after red. Maybe this will happen. Is that mate? That is mate. Okay, but blue didn't see it. Okay, green taking some more material from red. I don't think green is playing that at the right time. He needs to play that after blue, not before. Is this mate? I guess... I think it was mate, actually. No, could red have taken? I'm not sure. Green down to 1 second. red with a lot of time, blue with a lot of time. I think blue's going to win this pretty easily. Blue has 2 queens and the most time. Taking the last pawn. Take all yellow's pawns now. Okay, mate's red first. Now he's going after yellow. Yellow just flags. That's Caleb. Caleb was on our leaderboard here. He's now up to 82.5, trying to get to 90. He has 14 minutes to do it, maybe 13. 13 minutes. The thing about these arenas, though, is if you get into a game like 1 second before the arena ends, you get to finish the game, and it still counts. Oh, Mad Quicksand is a brand of clock. Yeah, I think that those are the types of clocks I had when I was in university many years ago. I mean, I remember when I was in university, most of us had analog clocks. And then, like, one of my friends bought a Chronos clock, like a digital clock. I mean, there were some digital clocks, but the digital clocks mainly sucked. And then one of my friends had a Chronos clock, and he brought it in, and we all were just super impressed with it. At this point in my life, I've gone through 15 Chronos clocks, because I put them through a lot, and I keep breaking them. A typo or go-go? I've been playing 10 hours. Okay. Yeah, poker's a lot of fun. I haven't played poker in forever. I haven't made many friends. Like, I moved to Tennessee here, and I haven't made many friends here. But I was talking to a coworker recently at some training, and he said he enjoyed playing poker. We should try to put together like a home game. I hope that happens at some point. Queen here looks pretty... Oh yeah, queen here even better. That's not quite mate. Okay, yellow gets the mate. Going after red. Red flags. Yellow's dark square. Caleb finished 4th, so no points for that one. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, I moved to Tennessee like a year and a half ago. My parents still live in Pennsylvania, so I still visit Pennsylvania relatively often. Like, I don't know, maybe 4 times a year, something like that. You know, so I'll be in Pennsylvania for Christmas, Thanksgiving, those holidays, and during World Open in the summer, so forth. Yeah, the long Chronos, yeah. The long Chronos you could have like milliseconds on. I started off with the long Chronos, I switched to the short Chronos because they're easier to transport. And of course I started with buttons and then went to heat sensors. The heat sensors are different because you can't hit the button with a piece because it won't register. Because it's heat sensitive, it only registers with your finger. That took some getting used to. Spotty Kids, 5 minutes to 12 seconds. Oh, nice. Yeah. I have a story about that. Well, it's just I think you know what's his name? I'm picturing him. Oh gosh. Oh, you know Jonathan Corblaw, right? So Jonathan Corblaw, I've known for many years from going to the World Open, and before I like he would play Bug House with us pretty regularly, but even before he played Bug House, you know, like between Bug House, I would look for something to do, and I would watch the Hustlers, and he was one of the Hustlers, so he would play people with like really big, yeah, that's about how long I go back with him, about 25 years. Maybe a little less. Maybe like 23, maybe 23, 24 years, something like that. But anyway, there was a World Open many years ago, I think in like 2000, where I was watching Corbola play, and he was a hustler, so he would play for like $5 a game, and they would indicate that by taking a quarter and moving it along the chessboard according to how many times each player had like won or lost. And then when they decided the session was over, they'd look where it is in the chessboard, whether it's at point coordinate like 1 or coordinate 8, to how much the person had to pay, and multiply that by 5. So he was trying to convince people to play him, but the people were skeptical to play him because they knew he was pretty good. So he was trying to hustle this 1800 into playing him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you odds." And the guy's like, "What kind of odds?" And Corbola said, "Well, I'll give you 5 minutes to 4 minutes." And the guy's like, "No, I'm not interested." And he's like, 5 minutes to 3 minutes. And the guy's like, "I'm not interested." Like 5 minutes to 2 minutes. The guy's like, "Nah, I'm not interested." Corbola's like, 5 minutes to 1 minute. The guy's like, "Nah, I don't want to do that." And Corbola said 5 minutes to 30 seconds. And the guy was like, 30 seconds? Are you serious? And Corbola's like, yeah, 30 seconds. And the guy's like, all right, I'll do that. That sounds pretty good. And then Corbola thought a second, is like, wait a second, that's too much. How about we do 3 minutes to 30 seconds? And the guy was still willing to do like 3 minutes to 30 seconds because he figured like he'd be able to like flag Corbola. So I watched them play this like long series of 3 minutes to 30 seconds. And in this series, we got a maid over here. So they played for like half an hour to an hour, something like that. And I was sitting watching all the games, and Corbola was like cheating up a storm. Like, I don't know if that he was intentionally cheating, but like he was like, he would like knock over pieces because he was playing so fast. And then instead of setting them up on his own time, he would set them up on his opponent's time. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he like set him up like while his opponent's clock was running because he didn't have much time to spare. And Corbola was winning, but like occasionally he would win through illegal moves. Like he would get like bishop batteries where he'd start off with a light square bishop and a dark square bishop, but like pieces would be knocked over, and suddenly a light square bishop would become a dark squared bishop, and then he'd have 2 dark squared bishops, and that was pretty common. So this was happening like every single game, but I wasn't saying anything because it was like money games. So mum's the word. But finally, his opponent called him out on it. His opponent, I mean, his opponent was like, hold on, illegal move, and like stop the clock. And Corbola's like, "What do you mean illegal? What do you mean?" And they like argued for a while, and then finally they looked at me. They both looked at me, and they're like, "Was that an illegal move?" And I didn't know Corbola at the time. Corbola, he's like a pretty big guy. He's like over 6 foot tall. He wasn't muscular at that point, but he was pretty, pretty fat, pretty intimidating. So I was like a little bit afraid, but then so I like paused for a second, and then I was like, he's been making illegal moves like every single game. And Corbola looked at me like a little bit like there was like this long pause where I wasn't sure if he was going to get really angry at me. And then Corbola like he let out this big laugh, and he's like, "Okay, you win this one. Let's do another." And he just kept going. But yeah, I know Corbola pretty well at this point. He calls me Bughouse Buddha. And Corbola, he used to stream. He doesn't stream so much anymore, but I'm like a mod on his stream. I enjoy his streams. Great guy. Yeah, 6'4", 300 pounds, something like that. Yeah, and that's the thing about Corbola is he went from like really fat to jacked in the course of like 1 year. And because I only see him at the World Open, I don't see like the progression. Like I see him, then I don't see him for 12 months, then I see him again. And he went from like 300 pounds like really overweight until the next year he like had no fat and he was super muscular. And I was like, whoa, that was quite the transition. All right, we got another game going here. We have 4 minutes left in the arena. Probably time for 2 games. We'll see. Maybe 3. Someone told me a Core Blast story. I forget who it was. But it was someone that I met at a chess tournament that was talking about Core Blast. And basically he said that he taught with Core Blast like at a chess camp. Like with all these kids who were, I don't know, like 10, 12, 13 years old, something like that. Probably less even. And when Core Blast first met the kids, like he walked in the room and he's like, I've never lost a chess game in my life. And the kids are like, that can't be true. You have to have lost a chess game at some point. It's like, no, never. I've never lost a chess game. And then like the other coaches like around him, they like nodded and confirmed, like to just build him up. And they're like, yeah, this guy's never lost a chess game in his life. And then the coaches, one by one, sat down and they played against Core Blast. And they purposely threw, like they lost to him. So just to like build him up. So he was beaten like in FM and IM, etc. And then finally there was like one coach who like was not in on the joke, and the coach who was not in on the joke was like he sat down to play against Core Blast. And he's like, I think I can beat you, and of course he won because Core Blast, he's a pretty good chess player, but he's not like titled or anything, and he has lost before. So this guy beat Core Blast, and then Core Blast, rather than being mad at the coach, he acted like it was some big event. Like he bowed down to him. And he's like, "Oh my God, that's the first game I've ever lost." And he's like, "You must be a grandmaster," and like shook the guy's hand, like bowed down to him, etc. And the kids were eating it up. Yeah, Core Blast plays insanely aggressive. On his stream, like I watched him like play a few other streamers where he would keep getting these like super winning lines, and the streamers would be frustrated. They're like, does this guy have an endless supply of trick openings? Because Core Blast would get like down a piece, but he would have some way to win back the position. And of course, if you watch Core Blast stream, Core Blast, he actually, more than checkmating, he likes stalemating. He likes going from a losing position to tricking his opponent into stalemating him. So a lot of people will have like a library of their best wins, but Core Blast has a library of his best stalemates. So he has like 1,000 stalemates where he's stalemated. He's walked in a stalemate and completely lost positions, and he can give lessons on how to stalemate. Okay, so our tournament's over here. Caleb wins with 87, or no, I'm sorry. Caleb finished his second. So Dark Square wins with 87 points. Caleb second with 85.5 points. Rapturous Rhino third with 37.5 points. Chessmaster GS fourth with 31.75 points. I don't think any of these guys are beating their high scores. Maybe Dark Square Man, but Dark Square Man I'm not sure of. Caleb is not beating the lowest of his 2 high scores. So I don't think this arena made a difference as far as qualification, except maybe for Dark Square Man. We do have a stand-ins command. I'm not going to read it in detail right now, but Luke 4-player chess, tries to post stand-ins at the end of this thread with what people have so far. So if you want to look that up, you can. Yeah, Core Blast, he plays super aggressively. He doesn't care much about material, and he just has fun with it. Like that's the kind of chess that I enjoy the most. Like classical chess that people will play totally silently. They'll have their head in their hands the whole time. They'll play hours at a time. It's just not that fun to watch, even with commentary talking about it. Like I like trash talking chess, and Corblaw is of the trash talking variety. I mean, not just him. There's other guys who trash talk. But if you go to the World Open and you look in the Skittles room, there will be people who, and honestly, often a lot of them are just people from the streets that play like in the park all the time, and like there won't be a move where they won't make a comment. Like they'll make a move, they'll be like, really? You trying to checkmate me? Come on, try to checkmate me. Is that free? I'll take that. Free piece. Did he stop streaming? Yeah, he streams very occasionally, but I think he just got busy with life. Let me see if I can shout him out. I think there's 2 B's in it, maybe 2 R's. Is that right? Yeah, that's him. Check him out, Trouble Follow. So Corblaw, he played chess for a while, and then he got really into trivia, and he started doing the circuit of trivia shows. Like he was on Jeopardy, he was on a bunch of shows like that, and he like won a bunch of money. And nowadays, and like he was in like the Tournament of Champions for Jeopardy, and nowadays he hosts a trivia show. So that's like his main job, but he plays chess for fun. Thanks for the follow from Jackie Jaden. Really appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna end here. I am gonna stream the next arena. Let's look up when that is real quick, but I think it's gonna be oh, hold on. These guys are talking about Caleb says he has 176.25. Dark Square Man has 176. So these guys are really close, adding up their 2 best arenas. All right, I'm going to X out of this game. We're going to look at upcoming arenas and see when the next one is. Next one is in 5 hours, which really means 6 hours. So, I'm not going to stay up for the next arena, but I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to go get some sleep, and then we'll stream the next arena in 6 hours, which will be arena number 37. 37. So this was arena number 36 out of 39. In 6 hours, we'll have arena number 37 out of 39. So look forward to seeing you guys there. Yeah, Medquick says it's Masterminds. That's the name of Corblaw's show. And Corblaw, he has like a highlight reel. Like if you go to his channel, if Nightbot still knows he exists, then there's a command there to somewhere to see his YouTube, where he has a video of him, hustling at chess and playing trivia and all sorts of other fun stuff. But he's a great guy. Definitely follow his stream. Corblaw's awesome. So I hope he gets back into streaming. But Corblaw said like he doesn't like doing things the conventional way. The conventional way would be to stream a lot, build up a viewership, and then like apply for Twitch Partner, which I mean, that's what I did. I just streamed a ton, eventually hit the benchmarks to be Twitch Partner. But he was like, I don't want to apply for Twitch Partner. I want them to just like invite me to be Twitch Partner. I want them to beg me to be Twitch Partner. Like he doesn't want to go about things like the ordinary way. So that didn't quite work out for him. I mean, Twitch didn't beg him to be a Twitch Partner or anything like that. So he kind of stopped streaming when he didn't see momentum going his way. I mean, he enjoyed streaming, but it wasn't, making him like a huge income or anything, because he wasn't even monetized. He didn't get affiliate, even though he qualified for it. Yeah, he wanted to skip affiliate, go straight to partner. Yeah, which is, it's not a ridiculous strategy, because when you get affiliate, like you sacrifice some things. Like before you're affiliate, like you don't have ads if you're not affiliate. Once you have affiliate, you start having ads, and ads can drive away viewers. So streaming without affiliate, it can help you, not alienate people as much and in theory grow faster. But on the other hand, when you're affiliate and when people can subscribe to you and give bits to you, and get badges in your chat and so forth, it makes them more invested in your channel, which makes them want to watch more. So, I mean, there's trade-offs. And I would recommend people be an affiliate if they can, but I mean, it's not for everyone. Justin Davis says, that's how you end up homeless. They should pay me to go get a job. Yeah, well, I mean, he has like a main full-time job. It was always a side hustle for him anyway. But yeah, Corbell's a great guy. That's the moral of the story here. Okay, we're going to go find someone to raid. I'm going to check the chess category, see who's here. If you all have any suggestions, let me know. I know MadQuick knows a lot of the streamers here. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I see my friend... Oh, no, I guess he's not streaming anymore. Terrapin was streaming before, but not streaming anymore. We could raid... People I recognize right now are Filter and Spam, Hunter Wiz, though he's not streaming chess. But people you're a fan of are not streaming. Okay. Yeah, maybe we raid Filter and Spam then. I don't think we've raided her in a while. But Filter and Spam, Bullet Specialist. She's a computer programmer. Super nice. So, it looks like it's her affiliate anniversary also, so we can go wish her an affiliate anniversary. All right, I hope you all have a great night. MadQuick, congrats on your poker winnings. That's awesome. Always good to have you stop by here. Thanks everyone for joining me. Luke never said anything. I'm in a call with Luke from previously, but he's just been muted the whole time. So I'm gonna jump out of this call. All right, we're gonna send you guys to Filter and Spam. Show her some love. Drop her a follow. Wish her a happy affiliate anniversary. Congratulations to the winners of the arena. Dark Square Man was first, Caleb was second. And I hope you all will join me for the last three arenas 37, 38, and 39, which will be 6 hours from now, 10 hours from now, and 14 hours from now. And I should be able to cover all of them. We'll see. So have a great night, everyone. Bye, guys.